Good evening, one and all. I'm Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey. That's my call sign. My name is Mac, and I'm situated here in Hamilton, Ontario on the West Mountain. And we're ready to pick up the Sunday evening edition of the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. The clock has just flipped over to 7 p.m. And in the absence of any other net controller, I'll kick things off here. Attention all stations, this is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey. Good evening. It's Sunday, January the 11th, 7 p.m. And on the VA3IMW repeater, it's time for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. I'll be your host tonight and interested in finding out where Bill is. We get a little concerned when our people disappear. Victor Alpha 3 and Mike Whiskey taking a quick standby for any time-sensitive mobile or priority traffic stations. All right, nothing heard, so we'll open it up to one and all. Anybody with a valid call sign, come on in and say hi. It's the Sunday night edition of the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Come on in and let us know what you're doing. VA3IMW, standing by.
VA3 CJZ.
Okay, got you both. CJZ, Sierra Mike November. And let's take Chuck first. There's a guy sounding like $1 million with his brand new radio all tuned up. Go ahead, sir.
VA3 CJZ. Good evening, Mac, and all on net listening. Yes. I've been playing around with the radio. Made several HF contacts today. 3 of them with Dave, VA3IMW, out at, I think it was Aramosa. I forget the full name, but anyways, 2 meters, 70 centimeter, and then 20 meters. So, and then, of course, I got some parts on the air. And I also found a setting that I wanted to try out, but I don't know if I want to do it through the repeater, but I might as well. I seem to not be able to crank up the audio, right? Too high. So I was thinking of, there's a mic EQ, and it's been on the whole time. I wonder what it sounds like if I turn that off. Back to you, Mac.
Okay, so what I know from setting up my 891, there is a mic EQ setting that is a toggle on and off. So all of the audio output settings are only effective if the EQ is turned on. So I believe what Yaesu has done is set up a system whereby you can create your EQ profile for your outbound audio, and then you can toggle it by turning the EQ on and off. Anyways, you're going to probably find that all the settings will kind of go flat, but if you want to try it through the repeater, I'm sure we'll be able to tell the difference.
Okay then, well, here goes nothing. I turned the mic EQ off, and I don't know if the mixer board that I'm using is being affected or not, but I'm sure you'll let me know there. It should be enough audio for you.
Absolutely. Yeah. And as I expected, all the brightness that was in your previous transmission has come out. So it's pretty much flatter. Um, so the EQ settings are effective only when, well, all your audio profile settings are only effective when the EQ is turned on.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured, but I didn't have anybody to test it on. And so, yeah, Dave was telling me that my audio was nice and crisp. So it's great for cutting through pileups. This is a profile that I said I saw on YouTube. The one guy has certain settings, and so I think they'll work great for a DX. But locally here on the repeaters, do I sound like I did before with the mixer or no?
You sound you sound closer to what you had with the other radio through the mixer. It isn't quite as warm. I'm not sure what part of the audio profile you need to enhance. Perhaps it's a little bit more of a more on the lows, but you'll be able to set that up on the board, right?
Yeah, well, it's already preset. So, yeah, it's pretty much right where I had it the whole time. I haven't changed anything. So, anyways, I'll be curious to hear what everybody thinks with the mic EQ off. And hang on, let me drop. All right, and now we're back on the mic EQ, which is turned on. And so I'll leave it at that. And I'll send it back to you, Mac. VA3CJZ.
Yep. So for sure, EQ on means that that's the pileup breaker. And then EQ off is your setting, which is the overnight FM radio host profile. And I see some posts on the YouTube stream from Matt, and he likes your audio, so he's next on the list. Anyways, VE3SMN, VA3IMW, come on in and say hi.
Well, thank you, and good to meet everyone on net. Your audio sounds great. When you turn the EQ off, it's a little louder, and when you turn the EQ on, it's a little quieter. It's perfect, but it's clearer also. That's my 2 cents worth.
All right. What else is going on in Matt's world today? Any DX work? Any radio stuff, or just enjoying the weekend with your feet up and not accomplishing anything?
Well, I'd say it was a little bit of both. Did stay home today, which is unusual. We're usually always going somewhere. But today was a stay home kind of day and get some work done around the house and laundry, cleaning, stuff like that. And in between, watched a little TV, did a little listening on HS, and followed some of the local guys around for a few minutes here and there, and just basically took it easy. Kind of nice.
Very good. Well, that's what weekends are for, except for the laundry part. So you've been overzealous as far as I'm concerned, and doing things that are much more effective than what you should be doing. You should have your feet as high up in the air as possible, and resting and relaxing with the radio right beside you. Anyways, certainly appreciate your check-in tonight, Matt, and we'll be back here tomorrow night, obviously with Chuck at the helm. And let's take a quick standby, see if we can scrounge up a couple of more RF check-ins. Quick reminder that we are live streaming on YouTube. Look at my call sign VA3IMW. And don't forget to give that thumbs up a punch there. Like and subscribe. It helps us all. Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey, standing by for check-ins. Bonsoir, mon ami. You are sounding like $1 million there, Al. How you doing?
Very good. Disconnected the VHF repeater, put this antenna on my mobile here. So far, so good. Chuck, sound good.
Yes, sir. Chuck is the recipient of one of the new Yaesu Omni radios. Maybe we'll bring Chuck back in so you can have a quick chat. VA3CJZ, go ahead.
VA3CJZ. Bonsoir, tout le monde, et bonsoir, Al. Good evening there, Al. Yeah, this is my new radio.
You sound good, too. You sound like you're overpowering right down in there, but not sure on that, but you sound good.
All right, well, I'm still playing around with this there, Al, so, you guys will have to be patient with me till I fine-tune everything.
Matt will do that. I was ready to take a hammer to my FD. What the hell was it? I haven't had it out 6 months. 891. Yeah, 891. Thanks. I was ready to kill that thing until Matt sent me the settings for that. All good on that one.
Yeah, Mac was talking about that the other night there, saying you were ready to throw it out the window. And I would have been right there to catch it. All right, Al, thanks a bunch, and nice to hear you in there. I'll send it back to Net Control.
All right, Al, certainly appreciate your check-in tonight. On direct, straight to my station, solid S9. So keep up the good work, and we're still being patient, hoping that the repeater gets a little bit better ears. Seems to have a little bit of a death spot out towards the east. Anyways, anything else for the net there, Al, or anything else going on? I got to assume that you got to have some grandkids over there tonight.
Yeah, they all finally went home. I gotta love Sunday. It's family day for me, so. And everybody's belly's full. All the grandkids have gone home. Parents, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, no. I was listening to the repeater earlier there today in the afternoon. Boy, that wind must have been shaking that thing to beat hell. Other than that, everything's good, Mac. Hope everything's good for you.
Yes, sir. Still taking nourishment on a regular basis and enjoying life. How are you doing with your, I may be retired or maybe not?
Hell, I wish somebody would tell me because I ain't got a freaking clue. I've been out for a month and a half, whatever. I don't even know anymore. And when it warms up, they want me in, call me. I don't like the cold. I can't take the cold. I don't know. Age, I ain't got a freaking clue anymore, but I know one day my finger was killing me. I took my glove off and it was like yellowy white, the one finger. I was like, holy shit. Sorry. But, I don't know. Call me when it's warm. Other than that, don't call me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as time goes on, we have less tolerance for the cold, that's for sure. But yeah, make sure that you keep the blood flowing in the digits because you don't want to lose those. And it only stands to reason that a guy in the heating business doesn't like the cold. Thanks so much for your check-in tonight, Al. Certainly appreciate hearing from you.
Hey, Mac. You have a great evening. Everybody out there have a great evening. I'll be listening.
Thanks again. This is Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey. Stand by for any further check-ins.
VA3IMW.
There's the POTA hunter himself. I heard you skulking around on HF. Good afternoon, Steve.
Good afternoon or evening, Mac, and everybody on net here. I got a few contacts in there today. No, there's not a lot. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4, maybe. The fans were pretty active today, actually, from the looks on my scope. That's about it there, Mac. No real traffic there from me this evening. Just a general check-in for you. Just finished my dinner not too long ago, so I'll just be taking it easy there the rest of the evening. And then taking my car over to the garage there tomorrow in the morning to get that sensor changed out.
Yes, the mighty transmission sensor. I trust that is an effective fix to the issue. And very good. And then many, many, many months of driving enjoyment without any further expense. Anyways, as far as band conditions go, not too bad. Did notice a significant change about 45 minutes ago, and I looked up online, and sure enough, there was an M-class flare that had occurred somewhere around 6 p.m. local time. I think it was 2200 UTC or something like that. So yes, and a lot of aurora that's predicted for the northern hemisphere. So band conditions definitely noisy. KP index of a 5+, and I think everything that we got today on 40 and 20 meters probably was a blessing. Probably overnight things won't get much better. So hopefully things will settle down in the next couple of days after that big flare. I think it had something to do with that coronal hole that's Earth facing.
Right. Yeah, well, I guess tomorrow won't be all that great. All right, Mac, thanks for picking me up there. I think Al was in there looking for a comment. Good evening, Al. Long time no hear. And we'll pass it back to whoever's going to pick it up next. Thanks, VA3IMW.
All right, thanks, Steve. And come on back in, Al.
Steve, you were saying you had troubles with your transmission. You had to change a sensor or something?
Yeah, there's a sensor that regulates the amount of transmission fluid that's used to facilitate the shifting of the automatic transmission. So, $500 and some tax and a day.
Yeah, I heard most of what you're saying, but that's a problem I have with one of my wife's vehicles, the Jeep, or whatever the hell you call it a woman's car, but I can't think of the name right now, but it doesn't want to shift gears. Lately, it's been running fine. That's kind of got me going here, and I heard you talking about it, so it's like a sensor?
I just switched to the okay, maybe I was on the input there wondering if you could hear me better. The D indicator on the shifter was started blinking about a week and a half ago. So I took it in, and this is what they've assessed.
Okay. Yeah, I had it at the garage there, and the damn thing was working fine for them. Now it's working fine for me, but the windshield breaking gears. So, de-sensor. Okay.
Yeah, if that vehicle, no, I'm not saying it's the same problem, but it just might be a sensor, Al, and it might not be the worst predicament.
All right, Steve. Thanks for the info. You have yourself a great evening. I'll turn it back to you, Mac.
Okie dokie. Yep. Fancy fandangled things. Goodness gracious. We can all remember when we drove with carburetors and standard transmissions, points and condensers, and all the rest of that stuff. Technology. When it works, it's great. When it doesn't, it sucks. Anyways, thanks for the chat there, guys. And we'll take a quick standby and see if we can pick up any more RF check-ins. It's Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey on behalf of the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Stand by. Victor Alpha 3, Mike Hotel Victor. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Mac, and everybody on the net, as well as YouTube, I would expect. Not a bad day today, eh? I hope everybody had a nice, relaxing Sunday and did what they enjoyed doing. Some of which was radio for me. Yeah, the bands were quite active today, despite the conditions. Pretty noisy on 20. I grabbed a lot of parks trying to get to my next award. I'm about 5 away, so trying to get to the big 600. So I'm about 5 away. Almost got them. Al, when I was listening to what Al said there, guys, that condition, I suffer from that condition myself. It's known as Reinhardt syndrome. It is treatable. You can get a drug called neophedipine if you talk to your doctor. But I have the same deal. I'll drop. I think I'm going to time out here. But yeah, if you talk to your physician there, Al, if you're listening, and ask him about Reinhardt syndrome, you take a drug called neophedipine before you're going to be exposed to the cold. I have the same situation. I'm exposed to the cold, my hands go numb, white, and tingly, and they go a weird color. It's like a whitish yellow, just half the finger at the tip of it, or the outer half. So that is, they don't know what causes it. A lot of exposures over the years and a lot of working outside, which we both have probably done years of. So anyway, Mac, that's about all I got. It was a good radio weekend. I'm glad Chuck's having fun with his new rig. And I'll turn it back to you, Victor Alpha 3, Mike Hotel Victor.
All right. A bunch of people with cold fingers. Thanks so much for sharing that. So I'm sure Al heard you loud and clear. So he can ask the doctor about any issues that are expected with regard to cold fingers and discoloration. And then whatever drug company is paying his bills, he'll be able to give him the proper prescription. Thanks so much for that. Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey, stand by for further check-ins. VA3XLJ, good evening, Vanya. Yeah, look at you. You're still in Ontario.
I don't know how good or how bad I'm going to the repeater, so for most of you, I would listen to you at first, it was easier on my ears. So I'm going to just keep it short to give you a conclusion and to just do the humble brag. I started activating both a day at the Bronte Park, and my first 6 contacts, they were all European stations on 17 meters, and I'll tell you something, guys. You know what? More and more, I thought with the 17-meter band, more and more, I do like it. I mean, the many stations which I could hear from Europe, like they were just coming in, booming. Mind as well, they were working like 500 plus watts plus antennas, but I just had a 60 watts and my hub stick, and Worked out well today, even with all those adverse conditions for propagation in between here and there. But worked out well. So, anyways, back to you guys. VA3XLJ.
Right.
Okay, hang on a second, Al. And yes, absolutely. Got to love 17 meters, actually 17, 15, and 12. My new favorites. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, the station earlier was saying about a prescription, whatever he found out about the circulation, whitey yellow on the extremities. I'm not sure.
Okay, so stand by for a second there, Vanya. Mark, you want to come back in and tell them what the condition is and the drug name, please?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll talk to your doctor about a condition called Reinhardt syndrome. It's called just RYNARDS, Reinhardt syndrome. And the drug they usually use is neofetipine. Back to you, Mac.
Okay, there you go, Al. Reinhardt's syndrome, and the drug is neofetipine. NEO, probably PHETAPENE, something like that. That's my drug spelling.
Okay. Hey, I wrote it down so you say that. I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, very good. I'm picturing in my head the little sign with Lucy sitting in her doctor's office with the nickel jar on the table. Anyways, very good. Let's go back to Vanya, VA3XLJ. Yes, 17 meters, great band. When it's live big time. And 17, 15, and 12, I gotta say my new favorites, especially when it's a contest weekend. And OMG, this was one of those, right? 20 meters was stupid. There was contesters 1 kc away from active stations, and I gotta hate that, right? And it's always the arrogant Americans. I didn't say that out loud. I hope ICE isn't listening. Back to you, Vanya.
I find it always busy, so people are tripping over each other to just to find a little of the space. And I try when I transmit and when I receive to just narrow my voice channel as much as I can. The radio can actually go like 1500 hertz. So I even keep it here, like it's distorted, but at least it's intelligible to some degree. So with a little bit of luck, you can do the good guessing of the calls and what is coming in. But yeah, 20 meters, it becomes too crowded, and I don't understand why people just kind of don't branch out a little bit. I did try the 15 meters also today. I don't know how good is that yield, but I got like what 6-7 contacts on a 15 meters. That also works fine. Like it's and the thing with the 15 meters is it's really wide, and there's always empty spots to start calling. Like it's almost like 300 kilohertz wide. So yeah, I did call a few parks on a 20, but vast majority of my calling for the contacts I concentrated on the 17 and 15 and worked out well today. Anyways, back to you guys, VA3XLJ.
Yep, QSL. And you got to realize that people work 40 meters because they want to work stations within 600 kilometers. And then they work 20 meters because they want from 600 to 16 or 1800 kilometers away. It's all about the first bounce, right? So as you go up higher in the band, a lot of your signals going over the heads of people that are near and dear to you. So when you start working 17, 15, 12, you're working DX territory. So yeah, you got a little bit of it's sometimes a little more slim pickings, but those are definitely great bands to work. Very, very quiet, and if you're in a good location, working quiet bands is always great for listening to DX. You know, you could hear somebody with a half a watt halfway around the world on 12 or 15 meters, and not something you could do on the lower bands. Anyways, Vanya, trust you have a nice busy week at work. Keep the Ontario automotive machine pumping, and keep your thumbs up. Anything else for us?
Give you
7-3s as well, my friend. Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey on behalf of the Lake Ontario Radio Club. Stand by for any further check-ins.
VA3 LBI.
Yeah, the day wouldn't be complete if. How you doing, Larry?
Not too bad. Just busy most of quite a bit of stuff doing around the house. Did get the opportunity this afternoon to play a little bit on the radio, so picked up a few new parks and picked up some of the people I hadn't heard for a while. So actually, Dell was in there. I forget to get 3 or 4 parks. Just on. And who else did I work? I think I don't know if I worked Curtis today or not. I didn't work him yesterday. I know that. I can't remember if I worked him today. Did get a chance to hear Carrie though. She was on 40 or 20, and I couldn't hear at all. So I don't know if she went to 40 at all, but 20 was nothing for her.
I think I saw her spotted on 40 meters. I think I was out grocery shopping and I was checking my phone for no good reason. So yeah, she's on the East Coast, right?
I don't know where she was today. I didn't pay attention.
It looked like Maryland.
Could have been. Yeah, then it could have been. Yeah. Did I pick anything up? There's one California station. So, which would be west, I guess, right? Yeah, I don't know if I picked anything up on the east side. I can't remember now. I don't think I did.
Yep, and the bands changed significantly around 6:30 tonight. And I looked up online, and sure enough, the space weather showed not only a KP index of 5 plus, but also an M class flare that had occurred at 2200 Zulu, and a significant radio blackout that is west of South America but east of Asia. So things are going to get a little funky. Thinking that's got something to do with that Earth-facing coronal hole. So perhaps some interesting things to be watching for over the next few days.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it here. The A index is a 5.33. Or sorry, the K is 5.33. The A is a 32. That's bad, real bad. So that's obviously why some of the conditions have changed so much.
Yeah, and it's really dynamic, right? I was listening along to some stations that were working, I think it was 20 meters, and then all of a sudden things changed, all of a sudden, right? Which is why I looked up my space weather app, and sure enough, there was something that had just recently occurred. Anyways, I think Chuck said it well, right? He's to blame. He bought a brand new radio, and band conditions have gone for a crap. So it's all Chuck's fault. So you can give him hell tomorrow night when we check in with Chuck for the Oopsie Net.
There you go, right on. Yeah, I don't think it's all Jack's fault, but at least he's having fun. He probably slept for about 2 nighs. First of all, he had to wait for the radio to get here. Then he stayed awake all last night trying to figure out all the settings in it. So you got to get some sleep sometime.
Oh, you know what? I can remember a friend that has dearly departed. He said, "We'll sleep when we're dead," and he was right. He's sleeping now.
There you go. All right. All right, thanks, Matt, for picking me up. I heard Alan there. Say hello to him. Haven't talked to him for quite a while. Happy New Year to Al. And with that, I'll pass it back to you, Matt. VA3 VA3LBI will be clear. Or VA3, sorry, LBI. VA3IMW, VA3LBI.
Yep, me and Mr. Porky Pig. Bidit. All right, standing by for any further check-ins. Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey on behalf of the Lake Ontario Radio Club.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot,
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot Portable. And of course, the VE3 ZOE repeater was in there with a chime. That's my reminder to thank Terry for the use of the repeater. Anyways, Vern, how you doing tonight? Out for a walk? No doubt.
Good evening, Mac, and everybody on the net. Thanks for picking me up. Yep, out for a walk. -3 with the wind feels like -9. Still some hardy people out here on the skating loop at Memorial Park. I don't know how they do it.
It's only -3 degrees. Come on, guy. We're Canadian after all. And they're out on the skating loop, and at -3, that's like a summer day in the wintertime. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but I gotta say, it's kind of gusting. I don't know, it's probably 20 clicks, the wind, gusting a little higher than that, so even I'm feeling a little cold. You know, when you walk around and you have your fingers in your gloves and then you ball your fingers up into the palm of your hand to keep them warm, that's what I'm doing.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I'll tell you the truth here. We went out for grocery shopping this afternoon, and coming back out with the groceries, I was hustling along to get everything loaded up and get back into the truck and get mobile. It's that normal syndrome here in this area, right? If you're within a few degrees of zero, the dampness is high enough that the cold just cuts right through you. We would be better off, and I don't want to tempt fate, but we'd be better off with -20 because it would be dry, and you'd go out in the cold and it would be cool, but it wouldn't be damp. It's the dampness that cuts through you. It's just not the cold.
Absolutely. And -20 with no wind, I will take over what it is right now with a pretty gusty wind. You can probably hear it in the mic.
Well, you're doing a super job of not sharing your mic noise, but and we certainly appreciate that. And look at the guys online here; they're all talking about the comforts of home. Chuck's talking about his wax melt unit and the lavender aroma, and potentially moving to Arizona. So, yeah, there you go. Arizona, it's a dry heat.
Truth be told, I'm hoping to be there at the end of February. That's the plan. And I know they say it's a dry heat, but when it's over 115, yeah, it still feels like a sauna or a furnace.
That's right. And that's why everybody that lives there around the year, they have great air conditioning, and they spend more time indoors than out, especially in the summertime. Anyways, Vern, stay warm and don't leave too much skin exposed, just for your own benefits.
Sounds good, Mac. Thanks for doing that. I do appreciate it. I hope everyone has a great upcoming week. We'll talk to you guys hopefully during the week. VA3CR 73.
Thanks again, Vern, and good signal coming in from Waterdown. Appreciate your check-in, and I shame myself every time I hear your check-in, because I could probably use a little bit more exercise myself. Anyways, VA3IMW standing by for the Lake Ontario Radio Club net, waiting for your check-ins. Okay, nothing heard. It's 7:39. It's January the 11th. That makes it one day before my 41st anniversary. Imagine that. She's a good woman. She put up with me for all these years. Hasn't poisoned me yet. Actually, hasn't succeeded in poisoning me yet. Anyways, we'll be looking forward to hearing from VA3CJZ tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net, the Oopsie Net, with Chuck at the helm. Thank you all for your check-ins tonight. And special wishes for Albert. I'm not sure whether he's traveling this evening or tomorrow morning. I hope he has a safe trip up to Barrie and manages to get that building dried in quickly before the real winter sets in. 7-3s one and all. Again, many thanks to Terry, VE3IQL, for the use of this repeater. We're certainly glad to have it amongst our local resources. 7-3s one and all, and we'll turn this repeater back to normal amateur use. And then means the live.
41 years? I was going to remember mine. I think it's 47. I don't know. Just think the place in the house and I'm out here because I was getting it over the head.
Yeah, I got a tattoo many, many years ago because I can always take off my shirt and check on my shoulder. That's my constant reminder, right? Indelible ink. There you go, Al.
Yeah. Well, to get your anniversary right, I haven't done that in 30 some odd years. I'm always thinking it's the 30th, but it's always the 31st of December. I was here that one. So, yeah, I'm not doing too good.
Yep, there you go. And I always remember that my wife's birthday is on October 29th. And I think, okay, we can share it with Halloween and I'll just call her a witch.
Yeah, that's when that's from. Oh, boy. My middle son's born on the 18th. It only took 20 years to figure that out.
Yeah, by the time you figure out a system to remember all this stuff, you forget where you put the system.
Oh, yeah, that's a given. At least for me. Heck, you and the wife have a great image. Got WNS time, and then she'll live this hooked up for a while.
Very good, sir. And hopefully in the springtime when things get warmer, we'll all get together. 7-3s, my friend. Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey. I'll be monitoring this frequency for a few minutes, but I'm going to shut down the live stream. 7-3s, guys. That's how we say goodbye.